Hey. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Tech Support Spy video. As always, we appreciate you watching and tuning in to our videos here on the Tech Support Spy channel. As always, we appreciate you watching, and we do ask that you tell everyone about Tech Support Spy, tell everyone about this channel, even tell your doctor. You know, the doctor that's giving you an apple a day, tell him to subscribe to Tech Support Spy and watch a few videos and laugh. And tell your doctor we are a channel of silly jokes, bad jokes. We're not comedian, but we just like to teach and share computer and technology information with people and have a sense of humor when we do it. So hopefully he'll like, or she'll like, the female or male doctor will like our channel. All right, so this video is for you grapes and apple lovers, those core Apple users, those iMac watches, those iPhone users. Have you ever gotten a call from someone who says they are with Apple support? And did you ever question why Apple support is calling you? Why is Benny, I got 5 kids to feed, calling you saying he's with Apple support? Well, Apple says it's a scam. You should hang up the phone. I have an article here from ComputerWorld that I want to read and help those Apple users who have gotten that call before from Apple support and have wondered why they've gotten a call from Apple support. Apple says it's a scam and they tell you to hang up. Let's talk about that. Let's read this article. Let's dive into the video, shall we? All right. We have an article here from ComputerWorld, and the author for this article is Johnny Evans. This article will be in the description of the video, and there'll be other links. There's also an Apple support.apple.com link that I'll have in the description as well. But it talks about if you get an unexpected call from Apple support, you're being hacked. Just hang up. Apple support website says as a social engineering phishing attack gone wild or goes wild. And if you're not familiar with social engineering, if you are working in a large company or any type of company, they probably have some type of IT policy training that shows you different social engineerings, or just kind of educates you what social engineering is, what hacking is, so that you don't do something as a user that allows a hacker to get into your company's system or network. And basically, social engineering is someone acting or faking like they are Apple support or faking like they're Microsoft and tricking you into thinking they are legit, and you give them critical IT or critical computer information like your password, thinking that it's Apple support or Microsoft support that's trying to help you out. And actually, it's just a scammer, someone acting or pretending or impersonating like they are Microsoft or Apple support. Social engineering, I should do a video on that, but we are looking at this article here. So it talks about, have you ever had an unexpected direct phone call from Apple support? I have not, and if you do ever receive one, you probably aren't talking to Apple. The company says you should immediately hang up. If you get an unsolicited or suspicious phone call from someone claiming to be from Apple or Apple support, just hang up. The company support website says don't fall for it. Other things it warns against are suspicious calendar invites. Now, I've had a suspicious calendar invite on my iPhone, and I knew it was a scam, and I immediately deleted it and did not accept it, did not deny it. I just deleted the calendar invite. So if you do get those, just delete it. Don't accept it. Don't deny the invite. Just delete it from your calendar. And it talks about calendar invitations in mail or calendar, annoying pop-ups in the browser, unexpected software download prompts, and fraudulent emails. The company offers up reporting tools that you can use to tell Apple if you experience any of these types of scenarios. And if you have had such experiences, you should report them. And we'll get into how you can report these scams or these incidents to Apple here in just a moment. So it talks about what makes this advice relevant right now is a new phishing scam, an operation in which people are receiving convincing looking Apple ID password reset warnings, sometimes followed by unsolicited calls claiming to be from Apple. It's an attempt to abuse the MFA, the multi-factor authentication system Apple devices are protected by. So if you're not familiar with multi-factor authentication, nowadays a lot of times, and people have started to use this a lot, but once you enter in a password, right, you have some type of multi-factor authentication app, some type of generator that would generate some type of random code, a number that only you receive on your phone or your app, that can allow for you to enter in that code or that number to give you access to your email, give you access to your bank account, whatever type of access that you need. If you're using multiple or multi-factor authentication, it's that code that you have to get from your app to be able to enter in to gain access to whatever account or system you're trying to access. So it talks about what happens during an attack. It talks about what happens is that the target device are forced to show dozens of system level prompts. So if you have an Apple iPhone or an iPad or a watch, right, you might get something asking you to reset your password to allow or don't allow, right? So when you get that, that's basically, someone trying to reset your password, trying to access your account, type in your Apple ID, they hit reset your password, and you get that prompt. And at that point, you can either use that targeted device if you're on an iPhone or if you're on an iPad or an Apple Watch to allow that device to reset it, or you can choose not to allow that device to reset the password. But when you are getting those type of prompts and you've never, initiated that password reset or forgot password process, someone's trying to hack your Apple ID. Once the target disallows all those requests, they will receive a phone call from a number that looks like Apple support and will be warned the user is under attack and must verify a one-time code. The aim of the attack is to trigger an Apple ID reset code to be sent to the target device and to then get the user to share that code over the phone. So basically what happens here is that once you choose not to allow the prompt, you'll get a call. And that's basically saying the person that's calling you is Apple support. Apple support won't call you if you say don't allow to this device to reset my password. But the hacker is realizing you had disallowed that access to allow for that target device to reset the password. So they then call you, act like they are Apple support, and they ask you for the reset code. So it talks about here, if you receive such a code, you'll see that alongside it, you will be sent a warning not to share that code with anyone else. But this is why attackers work so hard to seem convincing, because if a target hands the code over, that means you being the user for that target device, the attacker will immediately take over the user's Apple ID and lock the user out. They then gain access to all your Apple ID or protected data and services and can remotely wipe out or wipe all your Apple devices. So here's what happens. Once you get that message of either resetting your password, allow or don't allow, you choose don't allow, and what happens is the hacker realizes that you did not allow for that targeted device, that Apple iPhone or that Apple Watch or that iPad that you're on, to reset your Apple ID password. So they give you a call, and they basically tell you and act like they are Apple support, saying, warning, you're under attack right now. We're going to send you, or you're going to get a verifying one-time code. Please give us that code. So when you get that call, if you pick up and they say they are Apple support, it's nobody but Benny. I got 5 kids to feed from Total Recall. It's not Apple support. Hang up. Don't give any information to Benny of the code that you may receive or any information about your Apple ID or your password. It's a scam, and that's where Apple was saying you need to hang up. So these are sophisticated attacks. As we continue through the article here, it's critical to understand the nature of this attack, is knowing that if you are targeted by it, you have probably already been selected as an attack target. These are relatively organized attempts, and whoever is behind an attack will already have researched some details about the victim. So basically, the hacker has already researched information about you. That's because they need to have the email address and phone number associated to or associated with your Apple ID. Those details may come from a data broker, people searching websites such as People Data Labs. You can also look at, I'll have this article here in the description. It's the Krebs on Security suggested If you look at this article, it talks about the MFA, multi-factor authentication. It talks about some of the targeted Apple users getting the reset password, also getting calls from the hacker. Reset password, use this device to reset your Apple ID password. So I'll put that in there. I don't want to dive deep into this article, but you'll see that in the description. But again, continue on with the article here. The attackers need to have sourced information about the target to come across as genuine in the all-important phone call, during which they basically trick you. They call you and try to con you, the target, into sharing the reset code. In other words, these are highly tactical, planned attacks in which hackers have assembled large quantities of personal information. I'm going to stop there, but I think this is a good article. You can see here in this article how to protect yourself. Get a call from Benny. I got 5 kids to feed, and he says he's with Apple support. Hang up. That's the best option at that point to do, is to hang up, because the main goal of the attack is to trick you into giving the hacker information. If you hit allow on the your Apple device to allow that device to reach the password, if you hit don't allow, that information isn't going back to the hacker. The goal of this trick is to trick you into giving them the passcode or giving them information that they need to access the Apple ID. So that's why you get a call. That's the meat or the core of the attack, is to trick you. If you hit allow or you hit don't allow on the Apple reset password request, that's not going to go back to the hacker. The goal of the hack is to trick you into giving the hacker information. Let's take a look at the support.apple.com website and show you how you can report some of these incidents. If you come across or experience something like this, this is where you can report that information to Apple. All right, so here is the support.apple.com link or website about avoiding phishing messages and phony support calls and other scams. Be aware, as I did this video, I am not a cybersecurity expert. I just have a lot of IT and tech support experience. And again, I'm, with this particular channel, always trying to share computer and technology information, even if it has to relate to security. And again, I am not a cybersecurity expert, but it's just me trying to share information with you guys. So we all can learn. So this link will be in the description. And what it talks about here, if you receive a suspicious email or SMS text message, or if you get a text message, you can always do a screenshot of that and you can email it. If it's a text message that looks like it's supposed to be from Apple, right? Email it to reportphishing@apple.com. So if you get an email or you get a suspicious SMS text message of someone saying they are Apple and they're asking you to reset your password or to give information, if you know in your bones, right, and you know that this is not Apple, email that information to reportphishing@apple.com. If you receive a suspicious FaceTime call or link to FaceTime call and messages or mail, please email a screenshot of the call information or link to reportfacetimefraud@apple.com. Again, that's reportfacetimefraud@apple.com. And that basically talks about phishing, refers to fraudulent attempts at someone trying to trick you to get personal information from you, like your password or your reset code, usually by email, but scammers use means that they can trick you into sharing information or give you money, including fraudulent emails, misleading pop-ups, scam phone calls, fake promotions, and offer free products and prizes. So this is a good article to take a look at. I won't dive deep into, your Apple ID account protection. You should be using the two-factor or the multi-factor authentication. If you think I need to do a video on the two-factor, which is the same as multi-factor authentication, let me know. I can do a video on that. But again, if you come across these types of situations where Benny is calling you, asking you for your passcode, and he's with Apple support, immediately hang up. Immediately hang up. I hope this video was informative to you. We are still growing. Make sure you hit a like on this video so that the YouTube algorithm can start pushing our content out to others. We are working on our first stream, so we will be doing a stream here soon. We'll try to do an hour, so please be on the lookout for the announcement of our very first stream. And please watch our very first stream. You want to laugh with me, learn some computer and technology information with me while I try to give you bad jokes. Benny, I got 5 kids to feed, Total Recall. Watch my first stream and look out for that announcement. Thank you so much for watching this video. Put a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, tell others about this channel, and thank you for watching. Tech Support Spy.